So this is Arizona. We're gonna be testing the range of this JKing Jupitor 2 skateboard, and yeah, this is a very good skateboard. Like, I have not pushed it yet or used the thrust, and that's how far we've gone. You hear the motor winding down? Yeah. That's how far it slides. It's like a skateboard. But today we're testing the range on it, so let me just start a little workout. Outdoor cycling, wait for GPS to load, and go. Today is actually very hot, so we'll see if the motor overheats or not. Wow, so it within a few seconds it already turned off. That is very aggressive. And as the sun goes down, if this thing lasts that long, it even has lights on it. If you hold this button down, the lights will turn on. And one thing I think is unique about it is it's a hub motor. Well, that's one of the things. Like the wheels, you can spin it a lot, and deck seems like made of plastic or something. And when you brake on this, the lights turn red. Like, this is what I wanted a while ago. So yeah, the dress car FT001 didn't have this. My other one, the Harsiva board, didn't have this either. And of course my Swagatron from 4 years ago didn't have this either. So that's very unique that it has that feature. But otherwise it has cruise control, even has an odometer on here, brake. You can set how hard to brake. I have it set as max because I want to just be capable of braking if I have to. But let's go testing. It's actually really hot. I'm wearing a lot, as you can see. I'm wearing a full jacket. It might get colder later, that's why. But I'm gonna put this back here. Oh my god, my watch is still not loaded with GPS. One and start. Okay. So I have miles per hour, heart, everything. And yeah, odometer started at 91. I'll just start going then. I like how quiet this board is. Compared to the Harsiva, you cannot hear the motors at all. And although this thing doesn't have as much torque to it, it's capable of speeds much faster than the Harsiva. Okay, performing well. Attempting to capture some sound. This is because there's no gear on it. There's no gear down ratio. It's just 1-to-1. And the amount of maintenance required for this thing is also less. That's one of the biggest reasons I got this. It seems that in the past 4 years, hub motor technology has improved a lot, and I started to trust them a bit more. So we're only going 28. This is about the max speed of the Harsiva. Let me get a little bit faster. 32, yeah, this is max speed of Harsiva. So you can see it's not very fast. Dress car is a little faster than this. I think, oh yeah, dress car is about the same as how fast we're going. But these are 900 watt motors, so they're really not using that much power. Whereas the dress car, they use 1800 watts. That's double the horsepower or wattage, but you're still getting about the same speed. The only difference is how much torque you get and like how smooth your ride is. Because this hub motor, it has not as much urethane on it, so the ride is definitely not as smooth on the sidewalks for sure. We are already 1 kilometer in. The brakes are bugging out a little bit. Looks like there's some red light issues. But it's a comfort to think that you only use 900 watt when this thing goes to full throttle, and I don't even have it on full thrust. It looks like there's some bikers up front. Coming up on a railroad section. Unfortunately, skateboards do not go over here, so you gotta just come off of it and jump back on the other side. And here's a full speed comparison to how fast this skateboard is capable of. This is full thrust at high power. We're going about 45 according to this controller, and I can feel we're still getting faster. 46, 47. So yeah, about 47, 48 kilometer an hour. Yeah, and it has regen brakes. When you press on the brakes, the battery level does go up. Not like it's that accurate or anything. But skateboarding in a place like these abandoned roads, well, this is actually a new road and not many people are driving on it yet. It's really fun. It's nice and smooth, smoother than the sidewalk. Yeah. We're going 34. And how you activate the cruise control is you set the thrust to a specific value. So right now I have 35. It's the same thing as a car. You press this power button once. Don't hold it. If you hold it, the remote will turn off, and you'll be pretty much unable to control the board. It won't break or anything. It'll just slowly come to a stop naturally. But yeah, just press it once, and then it says cruise. Now you can let go of the throttle, but let go of it gently. Don't have the throttle just come back all by itself, because the rotation, the moment, the rotational inertia will just kick the wheel back, which would cause it to go in the brake, to start braking a tiny little bit. You won't feel it, but the remote will cancel the cruise control. So just let the thrust come back slowly. Now I'm on cruise. I'm not even on the throttle. I'm gonna press on the brakes so I can slow down to this turn here. No traffic. We'll just keep going. Yeah, I don't know. The board feels nice. Definitely need to, when you first get it, they won't have the sensitivity of the turning adjusted correctly for high speeds. So initially you'll have to use the skateboard tool, which is included inside the package, to adjust how sensitive you want the turns to be. If you're a new person to skateboarding, I would have it pretty not stable, not sensitive, low sensitivity, because new people require a lot more training before. Hey, look at the speed monitor. It says I'm going at 20, which I can't really confirm because my phone is in my pocket. I don't want to pull it out right now. But the radar says I'm going 20. Let's add a little bit of speed. If you add thrust or decrease thrust, the cruise control is cancelled automatically. Let's see if we can get across this light. Oh, we can't. Yeah, too bad. We just slow down. I don't know if the light is on or not. It says we have gone 3.3 kilometers already. So that's already 2 miles. We're at Chandler Municipal Airport. There's a car coming in. Yeah, I probably look like an idiot. Enjoy some views of the airport. Well, let me jump around so you can actually see the airport. I can actually get in there because I started flight training now. Oh yeah, one thing I would add to this port is it actually has motor seizing. What that means is when you stop at a light or something and you hold the brakes, it'll actually drain the battery and run current through the coils to keep the motor locked. So actually it's a complete brake. It's not like those other skateboards where if you hold the brakes, it'll add some resistance, but it won't be using power to add that resistance. But this means that you can be parked on a hill. If you hold the brakes, the skateboard will be stopped. It will not keep rolling at all. Since there's no cars here and the road is fairly stable, I just increase the speed a little bit. Hey, I really want to see my English comparison for my swag board review and this one. There's a car coming up, so I'll slow down and let him pass. Technically, I could probably drive at the same speed as him. There he goes. And there's a new Rivian Amazon truck. Just passed. Ah, shoot. The remote is being extremely sensitive. Or actually, so I've been driving over some rocks and it seems like the hub motor is extremely sensitive to rocks. Or like just accelerating. Sometimes it'll just give you these moments of jerk where it's super strong, but also very smooth. So hub motor might be good for some people, it might not. Because belt drives, you push on the throttle, you expect exactly how much thrust you get. It's not like hub motor where it's extremely digitalized. The motor has so many sensors, it's like trying to correct for every single movement of the wheel. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. The ride is definitely not as smooth. Hey, look, there's a citation over there. I think it's a citation, unless it's a Honda jet. But there's 3 jets here today. I bet that's for the Super Bowl, because Super Bowl is going on right now in Scottsdale. And I mean, Chandler is a close airport where people can actually go to watch it. I'm gonna slow down a little bit because I hear a car behind me. He gave me an ample amount of room, but yeah. So it can perform okay off-roading, not down on these gravels, but yeah. The plan is I'm gonna get on Paseo Trail and see how far I get. I'm gonna stop recording now and check back when the battery gets lower. We're still at 3 bars. We're driving at 15 kilometers an hour, which is not impressively fast, but it's fine. Not many cars, so I'm not gonna turn off press the crosswalk button because, I mean, Every time you cross it, it's gonna turn the lights to red for like 30 seconds, which is a waste of time for all the drivers. It's gonna keep going this way. Some things to note about long trip skateboarding is your feet get tired after, because you're literally standing here and trying to balance at the same time. Yeah. Cruising at 27, going under the 202. Let's see if we can get the speed up a little bit. Just crossing the bridge to check out the other side's surface. Might be a little better. I would say it's better. Just have to watch for big cracks. Knee slightly bent. Ooh. As long as we have enough speed, we'll just fly over the cracks. That's one thing to note. Sometimes skateboarding, you gotta take risks and just go faster. Because that's when you don't have to worry about these cracks. You just fly over them. The other side is just constant bakang, bakang, bakang. This one is, there's some cracks, but they're not as bad. So I like this side. Oh, some big cracks. Big cracks. At least the other side doesn't even have anything anymore. We might have to abandon this trip because there's not going to be any more roads left to go. We just have to find some other way to expand the range of this thing. But we're still at 3 bars as of right now. Oh, looks like we... Ah, yeah. This is the way to skateboard. You gotta look forward. Accelerate too fast, you could fall over. Just thought to record to this, but pretty sure you all can hear the bumping sounds of the wheels, and I can feel that the front is a lot less violent compared to the back. So I'm gonna stand a little bit up front. This way the board takes a lot more of the bumping. One thing about this board is it does not compress at all. So yeah, there's no suspension to it. Driving on these roads with on sidewalks is gonna hurt a lot. I do know one thing is that sidewalks do kill tub motors, so we'll see how well these endure. Just thought to stop for a little check-in. 12 kilometers, and the wheels are, I would say they're warm, but they feel like they're still intact, very much intact. And I would like to see this board have a bit more suspensions. Everything is pretty well with it. There's no suspension to the board. So yeah, the electronics, everything's perfect. I would say it outperforms the boosted range-wise. From what it looks, we already went 12 kilometers. Third patch coming up. Let's see how well it goes through here. Woo! Alright, I let go of the throttle. That's why we slowed down. I didn't want to fault right there. But went through it fine. To see 12.7. Woo! Up a hill, very nice. Woo. Okay, so when you get up a hill, centripetal acceleration lifts you up, which I almost fell off the board right there. because if you're up, if the normal force is low, I'm talking physics now. Normal force is low, friction is low, and you're being tossed back and forth because of all the bumps, you could fall off the board. Alright, I'll just keep going. Maybe when the battery is at 1 bar or 2 bars, I'll turn back and I'll make sure I record an update about that. So, update. The remote says we have 2 bars and somehow I got onto speed 4, which I should be on speed 3. But the board, there is one problem with the lights on it. Yeah, as you can see, some of the lights don't turn to the color I want, and some of them don't actually drive either. Especially this one. Wait, if I just keep the... Okay, that's pretty cool. If the wheels are spinning, the lights will keep on going. But I'll have to contact the seller for that information about that. And the DJI Action is actually almost out of battery. I debated on whether I should bring an extra battery module out, but I didn't, so I'll just stuck with this phone, which only has like 40% battery left. Yeah. But don't worry, it has a wide angle lens, and I'm deciding to keep going a little bit, maybe to the end. I don't know where the next stopping point would be, but just to the next light or cross section, and then I'll just head back, because usually these batteries, they're not as accurate. Manufacturer said 22 miles, 22 times 1.6 should be at least 30 plus kilometers, and we've gone 15 kilometers as of now, so I'm hoping I won't get stranded, but hey, it's science. We'll see what happens if the battery dies. Yeah. There's a little bit of off-roading action. We've run out of road, so now we have to keep going down this way. On the road. No, I mean off the road. Yeah, looks like we ran out of road. Peaceful sunrise. And just sunset. And I'm pretty sure that's a Phoenix departure airport aircraft over there. Wow. This is the speed. We're going 35 again. I know this is inefficient, but we kind of have to rush back home. 10 miles out. If we drive at this pace, maybe 30 minutes until we get back. Let's try to get back as soon as possible. It's beautiful. We are now down to 1 bar, and I think we have another 6 miles to go. So I'm really going slow and conserving the energy, because watch what happens if I go full thrust. Look at the battery. It's flashing now. So yeah, I'm gonna go nice and slow and conserve the power. No need to drive really fast and waste all that energy with wind drag. I know the power is low, but here's my night skating set up for now, since I don't have the lights out yet. Yeah. Not completely dark yet, and most of my equipment are still functional. The camera somehow happened to gain 9% by sort of sitting there, so that's very impressive. I'm happy with that. Enjoy the view. Back in the airport again. The lights are on. cannot hear anything right now, except for occasional bumps. Clunk, clunk. It's like battery is still at 1 bar, so we might be able to make it all the way back. And that means JKing did not lie. This thing does go like 20 miles. We'll see. So, we are out of battery, 0%. And what happens when board is out of battery is it starts ESC. It's actually pretty easy pushing this thing because it's
in half a mile, turn right onto East Appleby Road.
It's about 2 more miles until we get back, which is why I estimated the battery at. I should have just stopped going at that first indication of 50% battery remaining. It dies, and like the battery indication is actually extremely accurate. 1 bar means, yeah, you just stop and charge, otherwise you might run out of battery. And from the GPS, it said I went a total of 15 miles, almost 16. So 16 miles, that's not even going at full speed. I would say safety, 12 miles at the most. Don't plan on any trips that's longer than 12 miles away from your home base. And if it is 12 miles away, do not plan on coming back without charging at wherever you're going first. And the charging is going to take a few hours. So, yeah, don't be stupid like me. Now I have to push 2 miles back to home base. Rather than pushing 10 miles. Good thing I'm a cross-country athlete. Yeah, so just keep going. Just heard some creepy birds. At night is kind of scary. But one thing I want to add is the remote will not connect, so you can't exactly use the brakes anymore. So once it becomes just a skateboard, you gotta just use it as a skateboard. Don't need a remote anymore. It won't propel you, it won't brake. It might brake, but down to a certain speed it'll just turn off. So it's quite unreliable. So as you can see, here's the results for the skateboard ride. We went 16.53 miles, and yeah, that was all on the electricity. So yeah, that's the results there. You can pause and check out all the data here. Quite a lot. Thank you for watching.